Congratulations, Finkley, for your win as the South Carolina Black Pages 20 under 40.
I just want to say I love you and I appreciate everything you do.
Interested in the world of acting? Well, I think I have the person just for you.
We have actor Michael Mario Good with us as he gives us awesome advice.
Be clear about what they want and commit to it. Learn as much as they can about this craft.
All coming up next on the Michael Finkley Show.
Hello everybody, welcome to the Michael Finkley Show. I'm Michael Finkley. Today is Friday, October 30th, 2020. Second to the last day of the month, y'all. Let's enjoy it. And plus it's Friday. Ooh, I'm excited. I am excited. I want to rest again. I feel like I said earlier in the week, I'm so sleepy. But we're going to get a lot of rest this week and I'm excited about it. If you haven't already, please subscribe to our YouTube channel, The Michael Finkley Show, and ring that bell for notification. And we'll see you an email saying, hey, new content is uploaded. Thank you so much to our subscribers, our viewers, our future subscribers, our future viewers. We are The Michael Finkley Show. We're here to inform, educate, and inspire you. We bring you shows that you need to hear and you want to hear as well. Now, are you going to celebrate or go trick-or-treating tomorrow? Are you? Leave comments below. Yes, no, maybe so. I was raised in a very Christian, religious household, so we ate candy, but we never went door to door. Until we got older, Mom was like, no, you were going to go trick-or-treating. You know, she never wanted us to raise like she was, so we finally went trick-or-treating, and I'm just like, this is what it's all about. But my nieces and my nephew, they're still small. They're like 5 years old, so they love it. So my sisters are doing enough for them. Yeah, they really are doing enough. So just be safe out there, please. Please be safe and eat with caution. All right, there are a lot of sickos out there. I'm just saying. Please be safe, but have fun. All right. If you're having a party, be safe. All right, be safe. Go in cliques, have fun. Okay. Still, please practice social distancing. Please. Alrighty. So today's show, if you're interested in becoming an actor or an actress, we have the person to give you those tips and advice that you will need in this industry. We'll be interviewing Mr. Michael Mario Good. He has his own acting studio in Atlanta, Georgia, but he hails from the great state of South Carolina. A lot of similarities there. But I'm telling you, he lays down the law with some awesome jewels. So again, you don't want to miss this interview. We'll be right back.
Next, we chat with Michael Mario Good. We'll be right back. On the next Michael Finkley, Monday.
My wife and I got married over 16 years ago. We intentionally stayed downtown Columbia. We wanted our kids raised and reared in Richland School District 1.
We chat with Jamie L. Devine as we talk about his run for school board in Richland County 1. What are his plans? Well, find out this and more on the next Michael Finkley.
Looking for a mentoring program for your young male between the age of 6 and 18 in Columbia, South Carolina? Well, look no further. Big Homie, Little Homie Mentoring Program is the program for you.
Under the leadership of Mr. Jamal Stroud, Big Homie, Little Homie is a 501c3 nonprofit organization that caters and mentors at-risk youth that come from single-parent homes. The organization caters to young males between the ages of 6 and 18 within the greater Columbia area. The organization is devoted to shaping and molding their life into great men of society. Big Homie Little Homie organizes male gatherings, discussions, and even educational assistance devoted to guiding and leading them into a positive light. Making a positive attitude will help in transforming their life regardless of what is experienced in life. For more information on Big Homie Little Homie Mentoring Program, visit our social media outlets, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Welcome back to
to the Michael Finkley Show. Like, as you know, we love to bring persons on that have stories that can inspire us, educate us, and also encourage us as well. We have another individual just like that. He is an actor, he's a mentor, he's also a coach. Introducing Mr. Michael Mario Good. Michael, thank you for being on today.
Hey, Michael, it is a pleasure to be with you. I love what you're doing, and thank you for having me.
Oh, thank you for saying yes.
Yes.
We appreciate you. We definitely appreciate you. And I actually found out about you through someone, and I'm just like, oh, acting. This is something that I could see myself do in my ladder. And so just always wanting to know when persons are in this field, how did you know that you could act? When did that point come that said to yourself, oh my gosh, I can act now?
Wow, let me think back. So, well, if you let my mom tell it, I've been acting my whole life.
Mm-hmm.
But I remember being in high school, and I was in a show called Pippin. It was a musical. It was my first musical that I'd ever done.
Mm-hmm.
And it just came so easy and natural to me. And I really enjoyed the experience of being on stage in front of people performing. And so I think that it was that moment in those formative years in high school that I realized that I could act. Well,
Mm-hmm.
I don't even think I knew I could act, but I found something that I enjoyed doing, and I felt like I was good at.
Right, right. Oh, that's amazing. And we have something in common. We're from the great state of South Carolina. You're right there from Columbia, and I'm right there from the PD area of Mullins. And so, what were some of your influences on and
Well,
off the field?
you know, Michael, in South Carolina, you can't just be from one place in South Carolina, okay? So in South Carolina, as you know, you are from this place by way of that place by way of
Uh-huh.
that, okay? So
Uh-huh.
let's rephrase that again, because I can't just claim Columbia, even though
Okay.
that's okay. But my mother is from Lamar, South Carolina, which is in Darlington County.
See, why you got to be fast? Lamar. Uh-huh.
Lamar. So I spent a lot of my time in the summers in Lamar, South Carolina with my great grandmother and my cousins and family there. And my father is from a small town outside of Union called Lockhart. And so
Okay.
I grew up in the city, but I am a South Carolina country boy at heart. Smiling faces, beautiful places. And I love the fact that you are also from South Carolina.
Mhm.
It inspires me that to be from South Carolina, to be from such
Exactly.
a place that the way that I grew up, you know, if I would be who I am today and I wouldn't communicate or treat people the way that I treat people today, if it were not being from a place in South Carolina,
Mhm.
like South Carolina.
Definitely, definitely. I love it. I rep it to the fullest everywhere I go. Everywhere I go.
And it's funny because one way or another, you always find that people have either come through South Carolina or have, you know, like their family or you. It's just amazing when you're able to make those connections about this person was from South Carolina, this person's family was from South Carolina.
Right.
It always makes you feel good. But some of my early influences on and off screen have been people that I saw and watched in television or in movies or read about, you know,
Right.
Langston Hughes as a writer, Zora Neale Hurston,
Yeah.
Colette Dubois, who's an actress, Torian Black. These are all people that have inspired me. I had an opportunity to work with another legend who inspired me, and her name was Eartha Kitt. We did a
Oh
show.
my gosh.
We did a show in South Carolina. Who Eartha Kitt, believe it or not, was actually from South Carolina.
Really?
She's from North South Carolina, right outside of Orangeburg. And I did a show in '97, or maybe it was '98. One of those years. But I did a show at the Township Auditorium. It was with the Harold Odom Dance Theater, directed by Walter Rutledge, who was someone else who's inspired me through the years. And Eartha Kitt was in the show. And the show was called Souls, the Collide. And this was the first time that she had ever come back to South Carolina, to come home. And she would never come back to South Carolina because of the painful past that she had of how she grew up. And so she came back home. We found her birth certificate for her, and we made a big deal out of it. It was a healing experience for her, but it was also a great experience for people like me to be able to work with her. So those are people that have inspired me on screen and in the arts. Of course, I've been blessed to have a lot of people in my life who have inspired me and mentored me and have guided me. Some of those people, like my parents, my mother, my father, my stepmother, people like Dwight Woods, Frank Mundy, who was my theater professor at South Carolina State, Roy Schultz, who you met earlier, Freddie Hendricks, Gary Yates. There are a lot of people who have inspired me. We can be here all night and who have influenced me both on and off stage. I just had to say a few of those names and not think of highway robbery to mention those people.
Definitely, definitely. And without them, we cannot pay it forward. And which you're doing great work in paying it forward as well. So we are very, very proud of you in that regard. So just going back a little bit, we were talking before we started taping, and we mentioned another thing in common, Allen University. Tell the viewers about that story.
You know, Allen University has a very special place in my heart. When I was a senior in high school, I attended Richland Northeast High School in Columbia, South Carolina. But when I was in my last year of high school, I was not sure of what type of arts program I would go to for college. It was either Howard University or Morehouse College. I really wanted to be a Morehouse man. But I ended up going to South Carolina State University, which was a really great choice for me. Yeah. But before I graduated from high school, I got a taste of a little bit of what college life was like. And what that looked like and felt like for me was performing on that dance company at Benedict College, which is, as you know, right across the street from Allen University.
Yes, sir.
So I had a friend that went to Allen University who was from Zambia, Africa. And I had never known or met anybody or had any friends that was from Africa at that time in my life. And so I befriended a guy by the name of Stumbego. Stumbego Alefele Matale was his name. And we would hang out in 5 Points, which is an area of Columbia where all the college kids would hang out. So there, it was really the only place to go eat late at night. And so after rehearsals at Benedict, he would be over there hanging out with the girls. And after rehearsal, we would all go to Little 5 Points or 5 Points in get something to eat and hang out and play pool. And so Stumbego was a student at Allen University, and I learned early on the influence that a place like Allen University had, not only in the city of Columbia, the state of South Carolina, but on an international scale, to have those types of students there and to be able to make friends with them and interact with them. It just created a special place in my heart for Allen University because of that.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, I just love the way you talk about my dear alma mater, class of 2011. I love it. I was writing that way the other day, actually. And I started to cry. All the memories came back and all the friendships that I still have. So, HBCU life, I tell you.
A lot of great history at that HBCU and at HBCUs in general.
Exactly.
I am a product of an HBCU. If it were not for South Carolina State, I could say this, that I probably would not be as successful as I am and having my own business if it had not been for me going to the HBCU.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I believe it. I believe it. Yes, sir. And you talk about success. So let's talk about that a little bit more. You have been in plays, movies, televisions. How did these opportunities come to you?
Wow. Oh. How much time you got, Michael?
Well, you know what? As long as you need.
I'll put it like this. I have always um, tried to follow what I felt like my passion was, or what I felt I was passionate about.
Yeah.
Been lucky enough to have a mother and a father and a stepmother who always supported me in those endeavors.
Yeah.
So when I was in high school, uh, I reached out to that dance company, Harold Odom Dance Theater, because I used to dance. That's how I started performing a lot, was through my dancing. And I reached out to that dance company. I went up there and I auditioned. I sought that type of thing out. And then I was just always looking for the next opportunity.
Yeah.
I got an agent when I was in high school. My first agent was William Pettit of the William Pettit Agency. And just taking advantage of exploring and discovering what opportunities there were, you know, that were out there for me, and just trying to take advantage of them, and always believing that I could do what I set out to do. Just always believing it.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Oh, what are some of your memorable, I guess, scenes or movies or things that you were in? This kind of just stand out to you right now.
There's a couple things. I did a film called The Patriot with Mel Gibson, and
I love it.
it was a period piece. So it took place during, of course, the Revolutionary War.
Hmm.
So we shot in South Carolina, and it was my senior year of college. And I spent a lot of time on that set in my senior year. But I explained to my theater director, Dr. Frank Mundy, the opportunity that I had, and he understood it. And so he said, if you can get your studies and be a part of this process with this film and working with people like Mel Gibson and Heath Ledger, then I'm all for it. But you got to make sure you get your work done. So I would be on set every day. I was on set for about 2.5 weeks, and Mel Gibson would. One day, Mel Gibson came over to me in the catering tent,
Hmm.
and he asked me for a cigarette. And I said, "I'm sorry, Mr. Gibson, but I don't smoke." He said, "Mel, just call me Mel. Just call me Mel." And I said, "Well, I'm sorry, Mel, but I don't smoke."
Hmm.
"No, call me Mr. Gibson." A young guy, I'm just like, "This is dude serious? You know, this is Mel Gibson. Why is he messing with me?"
Uh-huh.
Every day when he saw me, he would come to me and ask me the same question. "You got a cigarette? Hey, you got a cigarette?"
Hmm.
"No, I'm sorry, I don't smoke." "Oh, yeah, right. And so we got close to the end of production. I knew we were getting close to the end of production. I realized that he smoked a certain type of cigarette, and I went and bought a pack of those cigarettes. It's a very particular type of cigarette he smoked by a brand, Indian Spirit. Not trying to give anybody any plugs, but that's what he smoked, right?
Gotcha.
So the next time he asked me for a cigarette, I said, "Mel Gibson, I told you I don't smoke. What don't you understand about me not smoking? I don't smoke. Do I look like I smoke?" And so I just started really going in on him. And then at the end, he just kind of looked at me and he started smiling. And I said, "But I got you these."
Oh, wow.
And he was just blown away by that. But it was a great moment because, I bought into the game that he was playing with me,
Hmm.
and I played it back on him, and I think he enjoyed it. So yeah, that was one of my most memorable experiences. Oh, I do have an Eartha Kitt story though.
Yes, please share. Yeah.
The day when Miss Kitt arrived to the theater for us to work with her for the first time, she came in from New York. She had been working with the director. The director had flown to New York weeks ahead of time to work with her on the material. So when she finally came to work with us, we were like 5 days out from showtime. And the first day she got there, everybody was on pins and needles. Our director was cussing, was pissed, was just, any little thing. We were walking on eggshells. And so she finally got there. She was supposed to be there at a certain time, but I think she was hours late. and it was due to no fault of her own. They had a limo for her to bring her from the airport to the auditorium to the theater, and it was a white limousine. And so she would not get in the white limousine because she didn't like riding in white cars for whatever reason.
Uh-huh.
I had her a different kind of limousine, different color car. So she was late. She was late to the theater because of that. She was already not happy about that. And so when she got there, everything stopped and everything got quiet. And everybody, the crew, the director, everybody came down at the booth. They went to the backstage door to bring her in to greet her.
Mm-hmm.
And that took about 15, 20 minutes. They showed her to a dressing room. That took about another 10 minutes. And finally, when it was time for us to start the process again, we're on stage, and I'm sitting down on stage, and you hear we get a 5-minute call. Okay, mm-hmm. 5, we'll be back up in 5 minutes. And so we're starting to stretch out again and starting to get back in that mental place. And all of a sudden you hear click, 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 click. And everybody is dead silent. And I'm looking around, I'm like, what? And I turn around and I'm just kind of like there. And I turn around and it's Miss Kit standing right in front of me. Obviously, I was in her way. And so she pushed me. She said, excuse me. And she literally pushed me. And because I was standing in her path to get to center stage, which is
my gosh,
going to center stage. And I was in her path. So she pushed me out the way. Mm-hmm. And she proceeded to get to center stage. And I was a little upset because, I'm like, you're Eartha Kitt, but I'm like, you just pushed me, lady. That's where I am in my head. And then she started warming up. She started doing all this purring and warming up, doing all this stuff. And I'm like, is this for real? And everybody's just looking and watching. And then she started speaking in different languages. So it was hard for us to tell what kind of mood she was in. And so at the end of that night, at the end of the rehearsal, she came back up to me and she stood in front of me and she pushed me again. She said, move. And she said, young man, what is your name? I said, Michael. She said, Michael. Michael, darling. And you know the rest of that line. Michael, darling, I am not wearing any panties. And she said that line in front of everybody, and everybody just bust out laughing. It was the end of the night, and it was a great icebreaker. But that's probably one of my most memorable experiences with Eartha Kitt. It made me feel good to know that she knew who I was at that point in time.
Oh, that is amazing. And a story you can tell from time to time, from person to person. Oh my gosh, I love it. I love it. And you're always giving back, as I said before, and you're giving back in a mighty way through your acting studio. But when we come back, that's what we're going to talk about. We'll be right back.
Coming up, we talk about the Good Acting Studio. We'll be right back. The Finkley Experience is an educational consulting firm that specializes in first-generation education. We assist parents and their students with the college process. We train school administrators, and we also partner with colleges and universities to assist with their first-generation population. To learn more about our consulting firm and to purchase our book and workbook, please visit our website at thefeeklyexperience.com. Hi there, it's Finkley. Do you want to become the next guest on the Michael Finkley Show? Do you have an incredible story to inform, educate, and inspire others? Well, you can. Email us at michael@thefeeklyexperience.com and follow us on our social media platforms. See you soon.
Everybody, welcome back to the Michael Finkley Show. We are still chatting with Michael Mario Good, my new best friend. Okay, my South Carolina bro, all right? And he is just doing it up where he is through acting. And Michael, you have an awesome acting studio. Please tell us about this.
Thanks, Michael. Good Acting Studio, I am proud to say, is Black owned, first of all, first and foremost. That's important to me because it's important for other little Black boys and other little Black girls and children and people of color out there to see that I'm from South Carolina and to see what I've been able to do, what God is doing in my life through my studio. It's important to me to use that as a means to inspire other people. So I started Good Acting Studio in 2011. It's funny, we're approaching our 10th year anniversary, and it was out of a personal need to heal from the death of a close family member. It's something that kept me alive during that time, but it also allowed me to develop the place where other actors and artists could come and train and grow to be the best that they can be. So our philosophy is this: Good Acting Studio embraces the beginner, the advanced, and the professional actor in a way that stimulates the imagination and creativity, which lies beneath the soul of every human being. And it's training for the total actor. That's what we believe in. That's what we teach. That is our method. We look at the body, the mind, and the spirit. You know, how does the actor move? How does the actor think? And what inspires the actor to be great? These are the things that we focus on is total actor training. Outside of all the other, we teach a lot of other methods. We got some great people that are a part of our team. Always had the privilege to be inspired by great people, and that's what we try to focus on here at the studio. We've got people like Freddie Hendrix, who was a legend in his own right. He's the founder of the Freddie Hendrix Youth Ensemble of Atlanta. His artists and kids who are now grown are working all over the world on Broadway. We've got 2 of them who were just nominated for Tonys last week. Film, television. Freddie is with us as a part of our team. We've got Javon Johnson, who is from South Carolina as well. Javon Johnson, you need to have him on the show because he's your homeboy too, Michael. But Javon Johnson is a playwright, he's a director, he's a producer, and right now you can see him as a series regular on Tyler Perry's new show, The Oval. He plays the butler, Richard.
Really?
Javon Johnson, South Carolina grown, who is from Anderson, South Carolina. So we've got a lot of great people on our team. We've got Paula G, who focuses on the journey and the wholeness and the wellness of embracing your journey and learning how to grow. So, you know, that's what Good Acting Studio is about, is training for the total actor, but we provide a whole lot more.
Oh, that's amazing. That is amazing. And I'm so glad it encompasses so much, because in just learning from other persons and seeing other persons, that position, being an actor, being an actress in that own right in the industry, it does so much. You have to be versatile. So I'm so glad that you're covering a lot. You're approaching 10 years. 10 years. Anything exciting to celebrate 10 years?
Wow. Oh my goodness. If you had told me at the beginning of this journey that I would still be here 10 years later, I wouldn't have believed you. But thank God for his grace and mercy.
Amen.
Because when you live in your truth, there's something about how the universe, how God will send you the people that you need, the things that you need, and you never know when you are inspiring other people along the way. So the exciting part for me is looking forward to the next 10 years. You know, we are in a place now where we have worked and are working with a lot of the casting directors in Atlanta. We are working with a lot of the agents. We're working with productions. We have actors who are working on film and television sets and in theater. I mean, actors who are in these doors and in this space who are coming here to take their auditions with us and booking. We work with Tyler Perry Studios. It is exciting. It's very exciting to see where we are, and we're only 10 years in, but I'm looking forward to the next 10 years as well of inspiring greatness. business.
Oh, I love it. And that's what it's all about. We're continuing on legacy. This is what we're continuing. We're continuing on legacy. And I know that you run into a lot of people that are enrolled in your classes, persons that you dealing with business. And so what would you tell someone that wants to go into this profession? You know, us being from South Carolina, this is not a typical conversation about arts, about acting, about being in this industry. So what would you tell someone that says, hey, I want to be just like you?
Well, I would tell them to be clear about what they want.
Mhm.
Be clear about what they want and commit to it. Commit to it. Learn as much as they can about this craft, about this business. Go to the library, do research about what acting classes are around you, or acting schools or universities. You know, understand what the process is of this business. I would tell them to live in their truth.
Mhm.
I would tell them to ground yourself in something that's greater than you.
Yeah.
And more importantly, don't take things personally, because this type of industry, you're going to get a lot of no's,
Mhm.
but you cannot allow those no's to stop you. Here's the thing about being told no in this business.
Mhm.
That no is just a process in your journey. If it's not for them, those no's, those 5 or those 6 or 7 or 8 or 9 or 10 no's, you will never be prepared for your yes that's right on the other side of your last no. So don't take things personally. Know your worth and know your value. And I would also tell them to never give up. Never give up, because if you give up, you'll never get to where God intends to take you.
Mm. That is powerful. That is powerful because I've seen a lot of people, they pack up everything, they move to Atlanta, they move to California, pursuing these awesome careers, which, yes, go pursue. We're not going to stop you, do what you need to do. But when they get that first no, it's like, I'm not going to continue this. I'm just going to go back home and crawl in the covers. But I'm so glad you mentioned that. And it shows a sense of dedication, and it shows a sense also of being persistent as well. So I'm so glad you mentioned those things.
Absolutely,
Definitely.
absolutely, Michael. No is a part of this process.
Yeah.
I've got someone very close to me who told me a couple of months ago. He said, "You're very resilient. You're very resilient."
Hmm.
And I said, "Yeah." I said, I never thought of myself like that, but I guess that's right. You have to have a sense of resiliency in anything you do in life, but
Mhm.
especially in this business. If the stairs to success are crowded, take a ladder. There's more than one way to get to where you want to be in life. And in this business, sometimes the way to get into what you want to be in is to create your own door.
Oh, get out of my head. Ah.
To create your own door. You got to create, tell our own stories, tell your story, but understand what that process is in doing that, so that you could do it the right way.
I love this. You're in my head. I was just thinking the exact same thing. This is why we branch off and do our own thing, right? Because we know that at times we don't look the part for some people. We don't talk the part for some people. But I'm going to create my own door. I'm going to create my own chair at the table, because I know that I can make it and I can do this in my own right. I love it.
That's right.
I love this. How can they find more information about your awesome acting studio?
Well, people can visit our website at Good
Mhm.
actingstudio.com, and you can see a lot about our programs there and some of the things that we have going on. We have a Facebook page at Good Acting Studio. You can follow us at Twitter at The Total Actor, and also on Instagram. Follow us on Instagram, like us at Good Acting Studio.
I love it. You heard it here. So if you're interested, all your information is in the description below. Michael Mario Good, thank you so much for being on, and we appreciate you, and we wish you all the success in the future. Thank you.
Michael, I appreciate you. Thank you for having me. Thank you for allowing me to tell my story on your platform. And you know that this won't be the last time you hear from me. I'm proud of what you're doing. And we got to get together next time I'm home in South Carolina.
All right. Or I can come to you.
Or you come to Atlanta. Come on down to the A.
On the next Michael Finkley, Monday.
My wife and I got married over 16 years ago. We intentionally stayed downtown Columbia. We wanted our kids raised and reared in Richland School District 1.
We chat with Jamie L. Devine as we talk about his run for school board in Richland County 1. What are his plans? Well, find out this and more on the next Michael Finkley.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Michael Finkley Show. Well, you know the question I'm going to ask you. What did you learn? If you're interested in this field, was it helpful for you? Leave comments below. Thank you, Michael, for being on today. We really appreciate you. Truly a jewel in the industry, paying it forward, because someone did it for him. And now he is doing it for many, many others out there. Thank you so much for your work, Michael. We appreciate you. On the next Michael Finkley, Monday, we have Jamie L. Devine with us, and he is running for school board in Richland County 1 in Columbia, South Carolina. He has served on the commissioner's board for many years, and he is asking for another 4. He discusses platform and so much more. So another show you don't want to miss. If you'd love to be a guest on the Michael Finkley Show, please email us at michaelthefinkleyexperience.com, and please subscribe to our channel at the Michael Finkley Show. All right, and ring that bell for notification, and we'll send you an email saying new content is uploaded. Thank you so much for watching. Again, be safe out there, have fun, and don't forget to turn your clocks forward. Spring forward, fall back. I'm sorry, back. There we go. We're turning our clocks back. We're losing an hour, but what can we do? Alrighty, see you soon, and guess what? See you Monday. Have a good one.